The most remarkable men I've ever met, and talking to him was a very moving experience because in spite of the sorrow that he must have felt from losing his beloved daughters and his wife and many members of his family, he showed no sign of bitterness or hatred. The first question I asked him was whether Anne wrote more than one volume of her diary.
There were 3 volumes of Anna's diary and about 330 pages Anna wrote.
Anna wrote an awful lot, but do you know what the first words were she wrote in her first diary?
Of course, and I want to read them in English because Anna wrote in Dutch.
Right.
She wrote, "I hope I shall be able to confide in you completely, as I have never been able to do to anyone before, and I hope that you will be a great support and comfort to me."
Anna didn't write those words when you were all in hiding, did she? It was before then.
It was on her 13th birthday.
So she didn't know at the time how important her diary was going to become to her.
Not at all.
What gave you the idea of publishing the diary?
Well, after I had read the diary, I copied it. And I gave a copy to friends of ours who had known us all. One of them was employed in a publishing firm. And he told me, "You have not the right to keep the diary as a private property. It's a human document and you should publish it." And so I did.
Have you ever regretted that decision, or are you happy about it still?
I didn't regret it because Anna wrote in one of her diaries, "I want to go on living after my death." And in a certain way, through her diary, she is living on in many hearts.
Yes, and in many countries too, because do you know how many languages Anna's diary has been translated into?
There are 54
That's a tremendous
languages,
amount, really
all
spread around the
countries.
world.
Pardon? Yes, all around the world.
Do you receive many letters from people around the world who have read Anna's diaries?
After the book was published, I received hundreds of letters. Now I receive less, but I receive letters every day anyhow.
What sort of things do people say to you?
Well, that's different from the age of the people who read it. If they're small children or grown-ups or teachers. But I should say, if young people are writing to me, after having read the diary, I start to think that is for me one of the most precious.
Anna, in her diaries, comes across as a very optimistic and very cheerful girl. Was she like that?
Well, she showed herself like that.
Yes.
But in fact, I only learned to know her really through her diary.
Did you ever read her diary while she was writing it?
No, never.
Did you actually know she was writing it?
Oh, yes. She asked me several times, "Father, see that nobody's disturbing me. I want to write in my diary."
I know that there is an Anna Frank Foundation, Mr. Frank. What is the purpose and the aim of it?
Well, in short, I should say to fight against prejudice and discrimination, respectively hatred against people of different race and religion.
Well, I'm sure that's an aim that Anna would have been happy about.
I think so.
I'm sure it is. And in an extraordinary way, I think maybe something good has come out of the terrible thing that has happened.
I am sure of that.
Do you think many people have used this book as an inspiration in
Many
moments
did,
of...
and it changed even many lives.
Yes.
I know from young people who wrote me, after I have read Anna's diary, I choose to be a teacher or a doctor or even a clergyman.
Very briefly, Mr. Frank, did it give you inspiration and courage to get through your ordeal?
Every day.
Mr. Frank,
say.
thank you very much indeed on behalf of me, and thank you very much on behalf of all the Blue Peter viewers who saw the film about Anna Frank and who wrote to us. I know they'll have been delighted and very moved to have seen it.